Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, is one of the world's most populated cities. Because it's situated below sea level, annual monsoons often flood the city. That happened in February of 2008, a time Jonathan DeLille will never forget. Because of it, his dream vacation to nearby East Timor nearly didn't happen. Here's another bad trip we call sink or swim.
I was in Jakarta, Indonesia. I was teaching English, so even though I don't speak Portuguese, I was trying to get from Jakarta to Dili, East Timor, also known as Timor-Leste. I was just going to go visiting. I had no idea what was there, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to get a new passport stamp. I was into collecting passport stamps then. I was expecting a great time.
To make certain he doesn't miss his flight, Jonathan heads to the Jakarta airport 6 hours before his scheduled takeoff.
It usually takes 45 minutes to get to Jakarta airport, and I noticed that after I left, it was raining. I said, rain and rainy season in Jakarta. No problem there. That's to be expected.
It's the monsoon season in Indonesia, and every Jakarta resident knows that any amount of rainfall can cause flooding and chaos.
As I looked at the sewers they have these little canals in Jakarta. It was filling up rather quickly for my tastes. And I said, I'm going to try to take a bajai. A bajai is a three-wheeled form of transportation in Jakarta. So I got into bajai. It's not the most pleasant way to get around the city, but it's very quick and efficient nonetheless. And the water kept rising, but the bajai wasn't rising with it, of course. The water got into the exhaust pipe, and the bajai therefore just stopped. Just stopped. And I said, great, I didn't know what to do. So I just ran to find another mode of transport.
Jonathan figures that with the water level rising, the bus is the better option.
Buses were a mess. I was walking already into knee-high water. The bus also has an exhaust pipe. It's not that much higher than the bajai. Again, once the water gets in there, then you're screwed. You have to find another way. So I decided to keep going. I found a bike. Now in Jakarta, you can take a bike taxi called an ojek.
There's only one way to go to the airport in Jakarta in the rainy season, on a bike.
And we plod along, and somehow we made good progress. Eventually, we get to this main strip. We stop again, because the water is just too high. But meanwhile, I look, and I see kids off to the side just swimming in the flooded water, and I was thinking, that's disgusting. The water is just so turbid and dirty, and you don't want to let your kids near it. It should be an R-rated movie.
Even though his motorbike conks out in the liquid filth, our intrepid traveler isn't about to surrender to the monsoon.
Well, the ojek driver was waiting to try to fix his bike. I don't know what he was going to do. And there was another ojek on the other side. And I said, I'm just going to go to the other side while he's not looking. So I just hopped in the ojek. We went about 2 minutes. 2 minutes only, until he stopped. The water was up to my waist. There's a phrase in Jakarta, it's called capek deh, and it means enough already. So I had many a capek deh moments in that time. So I got into another bajai. I don't know what I was thinking. Stopped. 2 minutes later. Enough. Screw that. I find a taxi. But he just said, let's go, we're going. And he was smoking, he has no care of the world, and he just went. And he went for a bit, and he actually made it pretty far. He helped me stop an airport bus. So I got on the bus, he went for 10 minutes, and then he stopped.
Any other mere mortal would give up at this point, but not Jonathan. He decides to go the rest of the way on foot.
I had an objective, I had a mission. I wanted to make that flight. So I just kept walking. Walking in a canal in Jakarta must be one of the worst decisions I've ever made. Canal picked up some really funky stuff. So my red shirt, my blue jeans, they just became brown and rusty as well. And I said, oh, this is not fun. And I was carrying my bag, I was carrying my knapsack. I don't know how should I carry it so some of the contents don't get dirty. I didn't know how to carry it. And it actually starts getting dark by this point. And by this time I was beginning to worry about my flight. But I carried on.
At this point, Jonathan's situation is going from bad to worse to downright dangerous.
Walking alone in the dark, no lights, no cars, just me on the highway. It must have been 3.5 hours I was walking on that toll road. Couldn't see anything, so I was relying on my camera flash and my mobile phone. And then I see a sign for Gerbang Tol Cengkareng. Cengkareng is the area where the airport is. I said, oh, really? About time. 10 minutes later, get to the terminal, it has light. It has air conditioning. And I looked down and I said, God, I smell terrible. From the time I left my apartment in Jakarta to go to Jakarta airport, it took me 8 hours. 8 hours of sitting through bajai, ojek, buses, taxis, walking. Usually it takes 45 minutes. Not that day.
Jonathan arrives at the airport expecting the citywide flooding is delaying flights. Not so.
So there was no queue for the check-in. And he says to me, oh, sir, your flight left already. I said, it left already? He said, yeah, it left, but do you have insurance? I said, I have insurance. I don't know why I bought insurance. First time I bought travel insurance, ever. The only time I ever needed it. It was a serendipitous occasion.
One thing we can say for sure about Jonathan, he beat all the odds by following one of his basic travel rules.
I was never scared, because it was an adventure. I think it was a great time. Not the choice word. I think it was not a bad experience. If you leave your comfort zone, you can't just expect to have a comfort zone duplicated everywhere you go. If you do, then I don't know why you travel. If you want to go stay at a 5-star hotel somewhere, then are you really seeing the place? No, you're staying in a 5-star hotel. I'm not saying you should experience a flood or a disaster, but I'm just saying that's the rest of the world, and I'm a fan of it.
The world of travel is full of misadventures. Some are troubling, others make us laugh. The one that Jen and Jackie experience on their trip through Australia turns their stomachs while teaching them a valuable lesson. It's a bad trip we call wisdom teeth.
At a certain point in time, we found ourselves going from Perth to Adelaide by train. And it was a 3-day train ride. And so we'd packed with us, a bunch of food for the 3 days. It wasn't
like, essentials, peanut butter, bread.
Yeah, maybe
tuna.
Oh, probably
beans.
Tuna and beans.
What we ate for a year.
Yeah, that was our diet. At one point, we were sitting on the train. It's middle of the night, and I wake up because I kind of hear some rustling above my head, and I open my eyes, and there's this little old lady, and she's like digging around on the shelf on top of my chair. And I was like, what are you looking for? She's like, I'm looking for my teeth. I was like, what? They're probably not here.
Like, what does that mean?
They're like, I don't know, they're not here.
So, unable to assist the woman, the two girls go back to sleep.
We wake up and we're like, what was that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why was there an old lady? Was that real or was that a dream? So I go to make like a peanut butter sandwich, like our regular breakfast, and I take the peanut butter off and I'm like, Jackie, there are teeth in our food bag.
So we're staring at like these dentures sitting on top of our bread or something. We're like, oh my God, what do we do? Like, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, they were gross.
It was kind of gross, but kind of funny too. Like,
Yeah.
who loses their teeth in some stranger's bag that are by their feet? Like, what could she have been doing? We've never seen her before, so we're walking up and down the aisles of the train, like seeing if we find her, and eventually we find her, and I was like, I found your teeth. Can you please come get them? So she came to get her teeth, and she was sweet, I guess, apologetic.
Poor lady, she just dropped her teeth in the middle of the night. in our food bag.
Yeah.
We learned that when you take a train ride and you bring a food bag, bring a bag that has a zipper or that closes.
Yeah. And keep it out of reach of
Teeth.
teeth.